Sexual disorders are problems that affect a person's sex life and can be caused by various reasons such as psychological, physical, or drug-related factors. In any way, it is important to seek medical and psychological help if you or your partner are experiencing a sexual disorder. In this video, I will show you the 5 topics that affect this very important and necessary part of our lives. But first, I come to ask you, if you are new to the Smart Mind channel, subscribe now and turn on notifications, because you will receive more educational videos of the most varied subjects throughout the week. The first one is that you can probably think of: sexually transmitted diseases or other related biological problems. But the purpose of the video is not to resemble a sex education class like in high school. Let's go deeper and understand that currently the taboo around sex influences your life with a partner and how they can affect your life negatively. The first on the list is called medium hypoactive sexual desire. It is precisely having a lot or little interest in sex. And we know that as we get older, it is common for the desire to slow down and have moments when sex is not on the priority list. But there is still some activity going on, and the hypoactive sex drive is possibly getting to you. This can lead to friction in your love relationship, and even be disturbing in some cases, as the lack of sexual interest is not a passing feeling. So if someone is with your partner, hormonal imbalances and situational problems can cause this disorder. But the great and good news is that there is treatment for the problem. So talk with a healthcare professional can help you figure out what next steps to take. The second is called post-orgasmic illness syndrome. The post-orgasmic illness syndrome. It is a disorder considered to be autoimmune and affects those who produce semen. Think of it as allergies, as similar to those who have seasonal allergies when leaving the house. It is an uncomfortable and terrible situation without having an antihistamine to intervene. The same goes for after end the lovemaking. Flu-like symptoms appear shortly thereafter, and are considered an immune response. It's like your body treats excreted semen the same as harmful bacteria to make you sick, and the symptoms appear almost every time. It can last up to a week, then you have orgasm too. Unfortunately, there is no cure for the problem. However, you can control the symptoms by cleaning the area after you have ended lovemaking, with your doctor's approval. Taking appropriate medications to alleviate the symptoms can also be a relief and hope for the problem. The third step is called sexual aversion disorder. Sexual aversion is a disorder or sadness is similar to hypoactive sexual desire, but it is more extreme and sad, as it has 6 subtypes, and based on the cause, it can be mild or severe. While hypoactive sexual desire is reasonable to have sex, sexual aversion disorder transforms this methamphetamine in active fear of sexual sphere, which ends up manifesting itself as constant rejection and active avoidance of all sexual contact with a partner. As bad as it sounds, as it is a similar form of sexual aversion disorder, and its treatments can be similar. Number 4 is called coital sphagia. After the intimate relationship, it is common to feel good things: relaxation, heat, sometimes lightness, and good sensations called afterglow. But it is not common and normal to feel the migraine as soon as the act is over. It happens that after the orgasm, you feel a strong migraine, and it is not something to celebrate. The sensation is so strange that people with this syndrome believe that sex causes stress and related problems. But it's not the kind of stress you're thinking of, the kind that comes from spending a lot of time in the office working. When you have an orgasm, it happens that a lot of oxytocin and dopamine ends up being released into the bloodstream. It feels so good and can sometimes make you feel really intense emotions. However, post-coital, your hormones decrease, but this effect does not diminish in those who suffer from this problem. The high levels of oxytocin, such as those released during orgasm, can enlarge your blood vessels and eventually increase the pressure in your body. Your head, causing a headache. Usually men suffer from coitalsophagia, but it can also affect some women. Although it can be a bit frightening because the headache is sudden, it is not life-threatening, and its treatment may include simply taking regular migraine medication, and doing physical exercise can reduce the headache. Chance of vasoconstriction during exertion. The fifth and last is called retrograde ejaculation. No, there is nothing similar, with the planet Mercury being retrograde, and luckily we're done with that. However, For those who have retrograde ejaculation, it may seem that the planet Mercury is the main culprit, as the context means that the semen flows in the opposite direction, but the oceans, tides and gravity are not to blame. What explains is that the semen is pulling backwards because of the sphincter, which is a muscle located at the neck of the bladder. During lovemaking, it ends up contracting in order to prevent the semen from mixing with other fluids, such as traffic control under normal circumstances. It blocks the flow in the bladder and allows sperm to pass through the vas deferens, prostate, and urethra. Before exiting the penis with retroactive ejaculation, the sphincter goes on a break and everything is left to sort itself out. Sperm runs where it wants to and ends up entering the bladder. The sphincter is in a permanent tear and those muscles don't close. So if the semen takes the path of least resistance to the neck of the bladder, which is shorter, though not harmful and does not affect your ability to experience pleasure, it can be awkward, especially if you and your partner are trying to get pregnant. If this has become a serious concern, see your doctor to find a solution. Sex is a wonderful thing and it does us all a lot of good. Knowing a little more about this biological part is nothing more than recognizing when our health is compromised. If you have questions, medical professionals have many answers, so get in touch and find out more about this fundamental part of our lives. And if you liked understanding how our body works, please like and subscribe to this channel.